I did not think I would cry. If I'm to get into a little bit of numbers, I'll tell you that our house is almost worth. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Lindsey. This is Ashton. And I have another son named Hayden who is not up yet. We are just hanging out waiting for Hayden to wake up. I just figured I'd come on today kind of chatting about my thoughts about coming off maternity leave. Ashton is 6 months old and we live in Canada, and we get a year maternity leave or 18 months if we choose to take it. So I guess I've just been having some feelings about going back to work in 6 months, and I just wanted to chat about like my thoughts of like weighing the options of being a working mom or being a stay-at-home mom. But right now I need to get Hayden up and make him some breakfast.
And then the brachiosaurus, and then these dinos, rabbits, and dinos, these horses, these dinos, and pears. I want them to be like that.
No?
Yeah.
You want them to be alive?
Yeah. So we want them to be like forever and ever.
Oh. Dinosaurs lived a long time ago.
Ashton wish dinos could stay here for real.
Does Ashton wish dinos could stay here for real too? Probably.
The dinos were alive. And then just flashing.
So this is Hayden's. Gotta get him a fork.
Is dinner ready?
Your breakfast is ready. I just gotta get you milk. Can you say good morning though?
Good morning. Good morning, Ashton. Is that trying to say?
Ashton says he needs to go for a nap. So Hayden is just watching some Our Planet. This is one of like my favorite things that he loves to watch. He's watched it like ever since he was a baby. And yeah, we just love it. So it's the Netflix Our Planet narrated by David Attenborough. And it's so good. And I love when he asks to watch it. Yeah, so I'm gonna just set Hayden up here with breakfast, and I have to go put Ashton down for a nap, and then after that I'm gonna just get myself ready for the day.
Have you seen this one? Have you seen that? Want to see a different one instead?
That's an oarfish.
Want to see a different one?
You're okay? You don't need anything else?
Yeah, jellyfish can have stingers.
Yes, you're right.
Do you know that?
Yeah,
Did
you're
you know
right.
that?
I knew that, yeah. Kate, Mommy's gonna go get ready.
What is that?
Okay, so I apologize if the lighting is terrible. Okay, I just put sunscreen and a moisturizer on, and I put this on last night. This is like my face self tanner. I use this every couple days, and honestly, this is probably the one thing that like helps me feel like less dead. A little bit of color on my face. I love this stuff. I think they've changed the packaging since, but I order it on Amazon. I think Sephora carries it now. But the reason that I'm in my bathroom, because I never like show my makeup or anything, is because a company, let me just go talk out here for a second. It's kind of echoey in there. So a company called Merit Beauty contacted me, and I'm a little blown away because like I am still a really small channel. I would love to grow, but it's very hard to grow on YouTube. Anyways, Merit contacted me to send me a full line of their makeup. Their whole thing is like minimalist beauty, and I get a few emails of like products and stuff, and I usually don't even entertain it because I do this basically as a hobby. I don't do it for the free product or anything like that. I just do it for the memories, for a hobby for myself. And normally I just don't want any like deadlines or anything, because with 2 little kids, I don't want to have a video up by a certain time. It's just too much. Anyways, I read a little bit about the company, and the founder and CEO is Catherine Power, which I was like, that name sounds familiar. She is like the person behind the blog Who What Wear, which has been like since like the early 2000s. So she's been around since like the start of blogging, and she decided to create Merit Beauty in 2017 when she was pregnant. And she just was not happy with all the toxins and stuff that are in our everyday makeup. So Merit is free of all the toxins. They basically meet the EU standards, which doesn't allow for over like 1,300 chemicals, whereas like the US standard only rules out 11 chemicals. So they meet the criteria of the EU standard. They are sustainable, their packaging is recyclable, it's good for sensitive skin, no parabens. It's basically just like everything that I would want in a makeup company. So like, of course I'm gonna say yes. They sent me their line of makeup, and I used some of it over the weekend, and I'm gonna use it again today. They, like I said, only have 7 products. So this is like almost their whole line, like minus like they have different shades. Like there's like 5 different shades of their blush and different shades of the lip oils and a bunch of different shades for their foundation. They call it a complexion stick. And then they also have a highlighter, but the highlighter was sold out, so I couldn't get that. They also, like, I would normally get like a very pinky blush, but this was one of 2 that was left. So this is their complexion stick, basically their foundation. And then this is their brush to blend it in, their blush, and then their mascara, which is just like a lengthening mascara. And this is their eyebrow product, which I tried it yesterday, and it's just not for me. My eyebrows are so thin, like I have the worst eyebrows. I've actually gotten them tattooed a couple of times, like the microblading, and I don't know if I'm gonna continue, but anyways, I need something. I just can't use one of these pomade products. I don't have enough hair to actually like add color to, but it does seem like a good one if you wanted to give it a try. And then the lip oils. So I'm gonna go put this on. The lighting in my bathroom is horrible, but let's do it. So I've been using the complexion stick, and I actually really like it, and I am picky with this. The only ones that I've used in the past couple years have been It Cosmetics, the Your Skin But Better, and I stopped using it just because it didn't have the staying power. Like, it wasn't still on at the end of the day. I've used Roden & Fields over the years. Again, didn't have the staying power. So recently, the only thing that I've used is Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I actually really like to be able to like see your skin through a foundation. And Estee Lauder the Double Wear sounds like a really like thick product, but it can be worn lightly. But this one, I actually really like. By the end of the day, it was still on. It had like kind of clung to my dry patches a bit, but today I put a moisturizer on under it. So we'll see how it wears today. My other like thing that I wear almost every day is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It's almost empty, so it's not gonna be able to pick it up. So that is like a staple for me. But Another trick is I always put whatever concealer on my eyelids, because I just find that like if your eyelids have that like veiny look, it can make you look more tired. So when I use it under my eyes, I just kind of press it in as opposed to like blending it out. And I really like it. So for my eyebrows, I use this Tattoo Studio by Maybelline. And it actually adds like what looks like hair strokes. Plus it lasts all day. From that Merit line, this blush that they sent me, I actually used it a little bit for contour yesterday. This is the terracotta color. And I liked it. I would have loved to try the like pinky blush that they have. Looked so pretty on the website. I used to be so into makeup and like spend way too much money on it, and now like I rarely ever, like I only buy what I need. And then I love to add just like a little bit of like a taupey brown color to my eyelids. And then I'm going to curl my lashes and use their mascara, which I have been really liking. I have really watery eyes, and I went for like a walk outside yesterday with this, and like it did not transfer at all. This is my skin. Honestly, I really love that complexion stick. So they did send me these products, and they also gave me an affiliate link. So if you do want to check out Merit Beauty, I will have the link in my description below. And yeah, thank you to Merit for sending me this stuff. Ashton just took like a 20-minute or 30-minute nap or something, which is very strange for him. Took amazing naps yesterday. So we've moved on to playing outside. I have Ashton here on a blanket. I need to get him dressed, but I'll do that at some point. And Hayden is up in his playhouse, and we made up a new game. You get him outside and he can just run and run and run.
Where's the ball?
What'd you do with it?
Right there.
So Hayden's having a wrap with hummus in it, cheese string. What's that?
Cucumber.
Cucumber and
Peas.
peas. Yum. Good, good. And I'm gonna go.
Ashton's like
Ashton needs a nap. I'm gonna go put Ashton down for a nap, okay?
again.
Yeah, again. I know.
Why again?
You call me if you need me, okay?
Why again?
Why again? Because babies need a lot of sleep, right? Okay, so I just put Hayden down for a quiet time. Ashton's been down for like an hour. I really need to tidy the mess from the morning. And then I'm gonna sit down and talk about pros and cons being stay-at-home mom, working mom, what I'm deciding, and why it's what's best for our family. I also wanted to mention that this video is like out of my order, so I'm filming this after we get back from our Drumheller trip, but I've yet to post our Drumheller trip. So I don't love posting things out of order on my channel, but that's just the way it goes for this one. So I'm gonna do my little chat about working mom, versus being a stay-at-home mom. And I don't mean versus as in like one is better than the other, because whatever works for your family is what works for your family, and both are hard, both decisions are hard. I come from the standpoint of never being a stay-at-home mom. We are lucky enough in Canada that we do get a 1-year maternity leave, and you can actually even take 18 months. It just works out to the same amount of money stretched over 18 months. So for Hayden, I took 12.5 months off, and I will probably do the same with Ashton. So I will be going back to work at the end of January 2022. And just like with Hayden, right around this point, I just start to get a little bit emotional. Like, I can't imagine leaving him with somebody. And you know, I even start to like question, like, should I go back to work? Like Nick and I have had the conversation, and of course, if it was like if I was like dead set on that's what I wanted to do, then we could make it work. But there would be a lot of sacrifices. I did not think I would cry. I remember being very emotional about it from like 6 months to like coming to terms with it at 9 months with Hayden. So hopefully that'll happen again. Okay, let me get myself together. So I did write some notes in my phone, just because it's something that's been on my mind a lot lately. And yeah, obviously it's gonna vary. Different families bring in different levels of income. The cost of living is different everywhere across the world. You know, it will depend on how strict of a budget maybe you want to live on or would have to live on, and just if it's like possible for your family or whatnot. One of the factors for us is that truthfully the cost of living is high where we live. We live in Canada. We live in a major city in Canada. The cost of housing is not cheap. If I'm to get into a little bit of numbers, I'll tell you that our house is almost worth $500,000, which is crazy. Like, in a lot of different states, in a lot of different like cities, like this house would cost a lot less. We have it in our mind, we have it set as a goal to actually like pay this house off in about 10 years. And with me going back to work is the only way that that could happen. It's definitely doable. I think we owe like a little less than $300,000 on our home now, and then once we do pay it off, we'd like to look into having like a second lake house or mountain house. And the idea behind that is to keep our family close so we can go there on weekends, spend time together as the boys get older, do activities that are going to interest them. So take them skiing or take them to the lake and on the water skiing and stuff like that. You know, if I didn't go back to work, like, we wouldn't be able to take vacations. Like, those would be every 3 to 4 years instead of like a yearly vacation. And extracurricular activities, like, we want to put the boys, we want to make sure that they're in swimming, we want to make sure that they're in soccer, we want them to be in hockey. The money to enroll them in that isn't cheap. The cost of the equipment, like hockey equipment, is so expensive. All these things cost money, extracurricular activities, and we don't want to deprive them of any of that stuff. So with me going back to work, like, I went to school to do a job and that I get paid well to do, and it shows the boys a strong mother figure, that, you know, I contribute just as much to the home as dad does. Cost wise for daycare, yes, it's expensive, but my salary definitely covers their daycare and childcare expenses. and we're lucky enough to have grandparents help us out too, in that they had watched Hayden for 2 days out of every week, so that saved us even more money that we could put towards the boys, put towards the house. Hayden starting daycare when he was like 12 and a half months, like he went 3 days a week to daycare up until COVID hit in March 2020. And then he had like a few months off from daycare when they closed, and then he went back to daycare until I went off of maternity leave with Ashton. But I truly believe like him, one of the reasons why Hayden is such a well-rounded kid has to do with him being at daycare, having those boundaries, seeing other kids, experiencing life outside of the home, and just having like the daily routine and boundaries that daycare provided. It goes without saying that it's definitely hard to send your young kids to have someone else watch them. We always choose daycare over a day home just because you never know who's around your child in that kind of situation, whereas like a daycare, it's only the people who work there who have criminal background checks and all that. So that's why we choose daycare over day home. But yeah, it definitely breaks my heart that someone gets to spend more hours of the day with them than I do at such a young age. And there are studies that say having them in childcare at a young age is a less stable environment. And you want to provide your child with as much stability as possible so that they know that they are loved and secure. So hearing those kinds of things kind of weighs on me a bit, but we've always kept him in the same daycare, and that routine stays the same. And yeah, as much as you try and make the routine the same, obviously it would never be like as stable as having them home with a parent. Basically, this whole chat is just about like what's best for our family is for me to go back to work. Like I said, I went to school, I enjoy my job, I'm paid well for my job, and in the long run, it is better for them because I'm doing it for them so that they get more experiences. And so we can provide that secure, stable home. Anyways, I didn't think I would get that emotional. Like I said with Hayden, like I feel like I got really emotional from like 6 to 9 months. Like it was hard, and then I kind of like came to terms with it. I will check in with you guys in a bit. Hello. Hello. Hello.
I got you.
Hi. Hi. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so back to mom life. I definitely don't take for granted this time that I do have with them. You know, being home for Ashton's maternity leave and getting to spend so much time with Hayden as a 2/3-year-old. I love it. Here's something interesting. So Hayden's napping right now, and it's just after 3 o'clock. We have been trying to cut his nap short because it affects nighttime too much. So when you wake him up from a nap, he can be very grumpy. But if you bring little brother Ashton in, he is never grumpy at him. So that's one of the ways that we always wake Hayden up from his naps. He's in like a deep sleep. Hayden? Ashton's falling off. What? You got him? You gonna get up? Gotta change Ashton's diaper. Just bringing out a KiwiCo activity that we got a while ago. You just add water and it like brings out the picture on it. And it's supposed to just be like a neighborhood. So there's like houses and post office, hospital, fire station, school.
And this.
Oh no. Now you're over. I plan on doing like a full review video on KiwiCo. We've had about maybe 8 or 9 boxes, and like unsponsored, like I pay for them myself. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Dee, 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 dee. A new development is Ashton sitting. He's still quite wobbly, but we are getting there. Hey guys, so it is a lot later. It's like 9:30 and I'm just finishing up the kitchen. I just wanted to come on and show my skin. I honestly really like that complexion stick. So I just wanted to come on and like show it at the end of the day. Also the mascara, like a lot of mascaras smudge on me and this one seems really good. Yeah, I would have loved to try the blush because like cream blushes just sit really nicely in the skin. Just wanted to remind you that I do have an affiliate link to the Merit website in the description below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.